Well, that's nice. She thinks I have fans. I guess that's good. But now listen, not only don't I condone death or any kind of threats against anyone, especially since I get dozens of them a week myself.
Obama, amnesty. Amnesty, Obama, amnesty.
What kind of president needs a no card to answer a basic and predictable question?
Picture this. A late-night host makes a joke about Jewish space lasers. Suddenly, a congresswoman is on the phone with the police. A former president is tweeting from the toilet, and the internet explodes with memes. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. No, this isn't the plot of a new Netflix comedy series. It's the real-life drama unfolding between Jimmy Kimmel, MTG, and the man with the golden hairpiece himself, Donald Trump. Buckle up, Buttercup, cause this ride's about to get bumpy. So Jimmy Kimmel cracks a joke about MTG and Jewish space lasers. No biggie, right? Wrong. MTG goes ballistic faster than you can say conspiracy theory. She's not laughing. She's dialing numbers like she's trying to crack a safe. But instead of calling her therapist, she rings up the Capitol Police. Imagine the conversation. Hello, is this the joke police? I'd like to report a murder of my dignity. Poor Capitol Police officer probably wondering if they missed the day in training when they covered comedy-related emergencies. But MTG doesn't stop there. Oh no, she's got a tweet about it too. ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police. Yep, she actually typed that out and hit send.
This afternoon, she wrote, "You weren't joking. You hide your misogyny and your racism behind your jokes on ABC. This was a dog whistle to the violent left to assault me or worse." And you're misspelled, you're, of course. Note to Jimmy Kimmel, not only would Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband make quick work of you, but Rep. MTG herself would make quick work of you. Kimmel would not last too long if he were interested in engaging in unprovoked, terrible violence against this congresswoman.
First, new evidence tonight that we, you, the American people, all of us, we were all lied to.
Frankly, we did win this election.
We were lied to by Joe Biden.
Talk about a plot twist. Suddenly Kimmel's not just a comedian, he's public enemy #1. Meanwhile, Twitter's having a field day. Memes are popping up faster than Trump's excuses at a deposition. One shows MTG frantically dialing a giant red phone labeled Joke Police. Another has her decked out in a police uniform, trying to arrest comedians. It's like watching a live-action cartoon. Only the protagonist doesn't realize she's the punchline. Kimmel, being the seasoned pro he is, doesn't back down. He's doubling down harder than Trump at an all-you-can-tweet buffet. And why not? This whole kerfuffle is comedy gold. It's like MTG handed him a blank check and said, fill it out with as many jokes as you want. The late-night comedy world smells blood in the water. They're circling like sharks at a MAGA beach party, each one ready to take a bite out of this juicy story. It's a feeding frenzy of one-liners and political jabs. But here's the kicker, all this drama actually boosted Kimmel's ratings.
Compute this woman, you may remember, she's the one who endorsed fringe conspiracy theories and repeatedly indicated support for executing prominent Democratic politicians. Now she's dialing 911 because she got made fun of.
Obama, amnesty. Amnesty, Obama, amnesty.
What kind of president needs a no card to answer a basic and predictable question?
She tweets. After she saw it, she tweeted, ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police. She called the police.
Turns out nothing gets viewers tuning in like a thin-skinned politician with a Twitter account and a grudge. Who knew? Well, probably everyone who's been paying attention to politics for the last few years, but still, just when you thought the comedy circus couldn't get any wilder, guess who decides to play ringmaster? Yep, the clown-in-chief himself. Donald Trump enters the arena, but is he here to defend MTG or just steal the spotlight? Spoiler alert, it's not going well for old Donnie. Trump, never one to miss a chance to grab attention, took to his social media platform to call Jimmy Kimmel a failed comedian. That's rich coming from a guy whose idea of humor is cuff-F. It's like watching a toddler try to critique Shakespeare. Adorable, but completely off the mark. The late night hosts are having a field day with this. It's like Christmas came early, and Santa brought a big bag of Trump jokes. Stephen Colbert, always ready with a zinger, quipped MTG called the cops on a joke. I guess she really is pro-life. She wants to give birth to a punchline.
Well, that's nice. She thinks I have fans. I guess that's good. But now listen, not only don't I condone death or any kind of threats against anyone, especially since I get dozens of them a week myself, keep wearing a mask. Well, Senator Cruz replied to this. That was not written to him. Bizarre. 535 members of Congress can attend the State of the Union without wearing masks. Still not good enough for Hollywood. If she's going to report me to the police, if that's how she wants to play it, I'll report you right back. And I won't go to the police. I'll go to the Justice League.
Ouch, that's gotta sting more than a bad spray tan. But the real comedy gold came from Trevor Noah. He compared Trump's defense of Marjorie Taylor Greene to a disaster of epic proportions, saying, "It's like the Titanic trying to rescue the Hindenburg." Now that's what I call a sick burn. It's almost enough to make you feel bad for Trump. Almost. Meanwhile, the internet's going wild. Memes are multiplying faster than conspiracy theories at a flat earth convention. One popular meme shows Trump's face photoshopped onto a failed stand-up comedian's body. It's like looking into an alternate universe where Trump chose comedy over real estate. Spoiler alert, he still bombs. It's clear that Kimmel's living rent-free in Trump's head. It's probably the only property Trump owns that's not mortgaged to the hilt. You'd think after years of being the butt of late-night jokes, Trump would know better than to poke the comedy bear. But nope, he's diving headfirst into this mess like it's a bucket of KFC.
Hey, you know, all these crazy people in Congress, all of these low IQ individuals in Congress right now, there's one guy who's responsible for that, and that's Donald Trump. On our show Tuesday night, MTG, Clan Mom as we call her, earlier in the day, called 3 of her fellow Republicans pro-pedophile for supporting Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination. After processing the fact that someone called the police on me, believe it or not, this has never happened to me in my life. I tweeted back, I wrote, "Officer, I'd like to report a joke."
The whole situation is like watching a train wreck in slow motion. If the train was orange and had a bad comb over, Trump's attempt to defend MTG and attack Kimmel has backfired spectacularly, turning him into the punchline of his own joke. It's almost poetic in a covfefe kind of way. Well, folks, it looks like Kimmel's little zinger didn't just land, it started a whole comedy avalanche. Who knew a simple joke could cause such a ruckus? It's like watching a political version of a Rube Goldberg machine, where one quip sets off a chain reaction of hurt feelings, police calls, and presidential tantrums. But here's the kicker, all this hullabaloo might actually be good for democracy. Yep, you heard that right. Some smarty pants experts say political satire keeps our leaders on their toes and reminds us regular folks that sometimes politics is just plain bonkers. As one wise guy put it, if we start letting politicians silence jokes, we might as well kiss goodbye to holding them accountable. So next time you see a politician getting their knickers in a twist over a late night roast, remember, laughter isn't just the best medicine, it's also a pretty darn good way to keep our democracy healthy. Who knew saving the world could be so much fun?